What's up, honeys? It's KingBritneyChanel, and I'm back with yet another video. In this video, we're going to be discussing Joy's fam believing that they know best when it comes to this K situation. Y'all know K wanting to be let on out, darling. But before I get started, definitely make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on my latest videos. And let's get into the commentary on this. Right, so let's get into the honey for today's tea. If you're new to my channel, the honey for the tea basically represents Yahweh the Most High's word, his truth, his promises, and how we could apply them to everyday life situations like today. We're going to be talking about Joy's fam believing that they know best with this whole K wanting to be let out due to Ronagal. Okay, so let's talk about it. So remember, y'all, the other day I just reported about, or commentated on, basically K wanting to be let out, and basically if he were to be let out, he would be let out to a Chicago loft place that Joy and him would be staying at, that Joy is currently residing at this time. And basically, like, there's been articles about it that the apartment is a step down from his other condo that he had in the Chi, because I guess that at that condo, high price, high rent, upper 9,000 they claim, and it was like a bunch of amenities and stuff like that. And basically, I guess this loft they're saying is more so in the $1,000 to $2,000 area, which to me, I personally believe, like, people are just way too caught up in materialism. Like, who really cares? As long as you have a nice place to live and you are able to, sustain, a nice place for yourself. I don't understand why people are just so, into that, but the materialistic world that we live in. So, Joy's, parents, of course, wanted to probably share their thoughts on that, because of course they don't want him out, because then they, I guess, from the whole story that they've been telling, is that they believe that he is manipulative and all of that towards their daughter, and that their daughter she is making some of the decisions in her life due to being under his thumb. Basically, from what the story has been, the whole narrative has been with the whole situation. Do I believe it's a little bit half and half? I believe that it's half and half. I believe that Kay could be a little bit of the person that they are proclaiming him to be, and I think half and half, that some of these people that are coming up with these these narratives and stuff like that, they have a little bit of their own motivation and their own agenda. And I also believe that throughout, this whole situation, that Joy also could have been making decisions for herself due to her being embarrassed and going through a whole bunch of stuff with this whole situation, and the magnitude of how this situation grew, okay? Or the exposure of this situation, I would say. So, of course, they're not going to want him to be out, because then he could make moves. I mean, it's so many reasons on why people would want him to stay where he's at for common sense purposes, okay? Like, if he is out, he can make moves, and it's the potential of what happened back in 2008, where they kind of claimed that he was paying people off. He was, it was intimidation type of stuff going on. It was a whole bunch of stuff that they, claimed that happened. So, of course, that's a concern. It's a concern that, for most people, that he could, do the dash, put them track shoes on and run up out of here. So it's a lot of concern for people. So I get it. You feel what I'm saying? And then too, when a person is present they can, I would say, tighten their grip on another person. You feel what I'm saying? Because a man being around, they can, talk their talk and, further reel you in if you are a person that is a little bit vulnerable. You get what I'm saying? It's the same. Okay, if you think about it, it's the same thing with the Az situation. Az was, standing strong and with K while he was on the outside. When he went where he's at, the thumb kind of in the hole kind of lifted up because other outside influences were then able to come in, and then that's how she's now with her people. You feel what I'm saying? So obviously it's an unfortunate situation to probably Joy's family that she's still not back with her people and still remaining loyal to K. So it's sensitivity on all sides, y'all. If y'all think about it, it's sensitivity on all sides, because you got to think about it from her parents' perspective. Everybody else daughter is back with their fams, and their daughter is the only one still remaining there. For whatever reason that she's still there, I just know that the Most High God, Elohim, is in control, and I feel like it's gonna be glory behind Joy's story with this whole situation. Who knows why she's still there? Who knows what the Most High God is gonna do in this situation? Our ways is not His ways. You just have to pray without ceasing, and wait on Him with this whole situation. So let me tell y'all a little bit about what they were saying in this article via the Celebrity Insider, y'all. This was written by Todd Malm. I hope I'm saying his name right. And it was posted March the 27th, 2020 at 6:50 p.m. And I believe this is Pacific time. So it says that Joy's parents want Kay to stay after, he asked to be let out due to, him saying, his age, and, he has some wellness concerns, I guess. And that was what, in the paperwork that was filed, I guess, a request for him to be let out due to, they were saying, it wasn't enough soap, it wasn't enough this, it wasn't enough that. Y'all remember I did the video on that. I'll definitely link that video in a card on this video, as well as it comes up at the end of the videos also, the most recent video on the channel. Now let me see what they're saying. It says, while Kay may be at risk, in his current situation where he's currently residing, due to the fact that, like I said, they were saying it wasn't enough measures as far as cleanliness goes. And it says that Joy's family believes he should stay right where he is. Honey, these people ain't playing. He need to. They be like, it's best he stays where he's at. And y'all know they had Gerald come out and give a statement. Gerald, which is the family's counsel, argued that if Kay was let out, he would put, the women at risk, because basically he's talking about his health, but if he's out, he's able to maneuver and do what he needs to do. Also, they've been trying to argue for him to be let out due to the fact that they want him to be able to adequately prepare and get stuff together and the rest of that sort of stuff. So who knows what's gonna happen with that. And they also feel like Joy would be, at risk if Kay was to be let out. That's a little bit about what I was talking about. Like, any parent would be like, nah, like if he had his thumb on her before he went on the inside, it's definitely going to be, gridlock if he's on the outside. So that's something to think about, and that's why I gave the example of Az and the whole situation of her when he was there. She was standing strong. Soon as he went on to the inside, honey, she was on the other side with her peoples. So Okay, so it says, additionally, her fam argued if he were to be, let out, he would also put her at, at risk herself of the wellness situation we talking about as far as Rona girl and the rest of that, because we supposed to be, making sure we staying at a good distance away from other people, to make sure that stuff is not, going all about. That's how I'm gonna say that. Now, anywho, it says that Joy's fam, and I'm paraphrasing here, has stated that it's best if K stays where he is. And I'm not laughing, y'all, but it's just like I already could see how they be acting, like how her fam be acting, and honey, Tim be amped up when he be talking about K, because it seems like he don't really be playing. Like he be like, the way he describes, K and the rest of that, seeing they little they PR interviews, I could already kind of see how they probably was saying it. So yeah, they basically say it's best that he stays where he's at, and that Joy continues to practice basically keeping herself at a safe space and distance from other people. And y'all know why we currently staying at home right now due to everything that's going on. I don't gotta explain that. So it says that fans of K know he's currently staying at the MCC before his trial in Illinois, and it says that honey, they calling him the ex-music legend. Lord, that's crazy. Is he's up, or they have a plethora of claims against him, let's say that, and some are at state level, some are at the FED level, of course y'all know. And it says that if you didn't know, TMZ basically reported that K wanted to be let out due to Rona girl and the rest of the situation that's going on. He claimed that his wellness came as he would put his wellness in a predicament if he was not let out. And it says, furthermore, K has claimed that if he was to be let out, that he would wear the little monitoring thing on his little ankle at his apartment and be monitored if they let him out. And it says, interestingly, K has said that he'll live, like I said, in a apartment in the Shy with Joy if let out of where he's at, which isn't what her family wants for her at all. But the thing is, it's sad, but she making decisions for herself at her age. That's the sad part about it. Like, I mean, we want the best for her, but we don't ever know what the Most High is doing in this situation. We don't know. Our ways is not always the Most High's ways, so we don't know. I'm just praying that the Lord, the Most High, protects Joy, and that Joy is tremendously blessed after this situation, and that her testimonial will be used to help other young women be delivered from these type of situations and to come out of these situations like this as well. Okay. Excuse me, y'all. Okay, so it says that TMZ has stated that the singer, unlike HW, y'all know who HW is. He's another person in a similar situation to K. We don't need to say it. And it's talking about people being screened for this wellness issue, okay? So he hasn't been screened for that. And it says that K hasn't spoken. Oh, wait, who are they talking about? I guess Joy. Okay, Joy hasn't spoken with her fam in months either. So I guess after that whole situation where they was outside of Joy's gathering and Joy just would not talk to them, she still hasn't talked to them. So that's currently where that situation is at. Excuse me, y'all. And it says that another woman involved in the whole situation, they talking about Lisa, y'all. Y'all know who Lisa is. Reacted to K's request. Oh, this got me laughing. She said to TMZ that it didn't matter what K had to say. He has to stay where he's at, like every other person that is in the lockup, regardless of whether he has y'all remember he was talking about he had them toe issues where he was scared because something was going on with his toe and all that. Or, she said she don't care if it's something going on with his toe, and I'm paraphrasing, or if he got Rona God and he need to be where he's at. And then she joked that he didn't have basically a get out of lockup card, as if, she kind of was referring to Monopoly, like a Monopoly joke. So basically, Lisa went on to say that there's no better place to basically practice keeping yourself at a distance than and away from other people than in the place that K is at, like the MCC. Y'all know what that is. And basically, K supporters, let me see what else they're saying. It says followers of K's situation. I'm not going to call them supporters. I'm going to say followers of this whole situation, because you don't have to necessarily be a supporter of K to have been following this whole situation. Let me see what else they're saying, y'all. I'm getting tongue twisted here. Followers of K's situation know that Joy and her family played a critical role in the I would say the bringing down of, they say, the former legend. Honey, they are not playing. They are putting him in the history books as a former legend, and that's telling. But we in an era where his type of what he represents, like that womanizer and that type of portrayal of men, is no longer the case anymore in the era that we're in. Y'all know what era we in. But anyway, it says that BuzzFeed was the first outlet to report on the claims that were made by Joy's family, which subsequently went viral, and basically that facilitated the L-Time series. So, like I said before, I feel like the face of the whole situation that kind of brought my attention to this was the family outside at that press conference, honey, outside of that Johns Creek residence where the helicopters and all that stuff was going around. That's how I was like, what is going on with Kay? What is going on here? So it's like, then, we would also see, like I said before, in past videos of Tim with baseball bats and all this other stuff. So that's a concern that I have about the whole situation with Joy, due to the fact that Joy's people is the ones who really kind of brought a lot of media attention to what was going on with Kay. And that's what concerns me when it comes to Joy. That's why I constantly always try to, pray for her protection and her safety. Because of that, excuse me, y'all, because of that, allergies, I'll be having a sneeze. But because of that, I'll be trying to, like I said, I always keep her in prayer due to that, because the weight of that has to be on a person sometimes. Just thinking about that, maybe that's why she feels like she has to be loyal to him, due to the fact that she could feel like it was her family that brought all the dominoes falling over. The whole house came crumbling down after the media attention to that. But I mean, if you think about it, Kay has to take responsibility for him. If he just would have sent her back in the first place when they were making all this noise and all this other stuff, then I don't think we would be here at this point right now. I think he just wanted to be arrogant and haughty at the time. And, a lot of people get that type of complex when they have like a lot of money and stuff like that, where they feel like they're untouchable. And that's just not how things work. Sometimes the Most High God, when he's bringing stuff down, he will, he knows how to humble people. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about this situation. Of course, I didn't think, of course the parents are going to be like, okay, they want him where he's at because they know what's what's on the line here. You get what I'm saying? If he were to be let out. So I mean, that's just common sense. It's KingBritneyChanel. That's my thoughts about this, you all. I'm not really gonna, go too much in depth with this whole situation. I'm gonna just wait and see how this whole case situation plays out, to see if they're gonna make a decision to say yay or nay to K's request. So far, haven't really seen much movement. They've been telling him, nah, you get comfortable. So we'll just see with that. I mean, this whole case situation, it could be a wild card at any moment. Somebody could come out saying this, somebody could come out saying that. It has been like a telenovela, as I've been saying. So I will keep you all updated on this whole situation. Definitely make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of my videos. And I will see you all soon on the next video. Be blessed. Hey honeys, thank you for watching my video, and if you haven't, definitely make sure you check out my Teespring, KingBritneyChanel Couture, where you can find my latest merch. I upload a lot of new designs frequently, so definitely make sure you check it out. We have mugs, we have wall tapestries, canvas art, pillows, fleece blankets, apparel, and so much more. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all on my next video.